Welcome to the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast, your one-stop shop for television, movie, video games, comic books, book reviews, and more. Now, without further ado, here's Steven and Mike.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Two Geeks and a Microphone show. I am your co-host, Mr. Stephen Boster, along with my friend, Mr. Michael Shanks. Mike, say hey to everybody.
Good morning to all you geeks out there in Geekdom Land.
Hey, so we're just a few minutes behind this morning, but it is all okay. We've had some changes to the lineup, and we are excited to share with you kind of what we're going to be talking about today. For those of you who were signing up early or actually logged in early, especially on our YouTube channel for the show, we were going to be discussing Black Panther. Well, this guy didn't get a chance to see it. It's been a crazy week, crazy weekend and stuff. So, excuse me, I am hopefully going to watch it today, later on today. But also, our special guest, Theron, is under the weather. So we wanted to make sure we had Theron. That was more important. We probably could have done it just back and forth between the two of us and me asking him questions. But
I don't think that would have been as much fun as
it would not
and having Theron's input. And
that's right.
Theron has been super excited about this episode, so I was shocked when he wasn't jumping on earlier.
Right,
our pre-show, pre-check, all that good stuff, and right. I just talked to him on the phone. He is really under the weather. His voice is not up to doing a recording, so we will postpone that. We will get it rescheduled and let you know when we're going to do Black Panther 2. Or, well, it's not Black Panther 2, actually. It's Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda Forever. Okay. I am excited to see the movie. Good morning, Brian. Welcome. Glad you're here with us. So, Brian from Three Geeky Dads, I was listening to their show their shows this last week. They are a lot of fun, guys. So I love Three Geeky Dads. They're a hoot. So, with that, a couple of things today, Mike. We're going to do. We're doing a little different today, and so we really wanted to talk about our main topic today is really about Kevin Conroy.
Yes.
And for those, Mike, that don't know who Kevin Conroy is, would you please let people know? And
yes.
And then we'll do our Geekdar geeky news, and then we'll get into our topic in a little bit. But I just want to give everybody kind of heads up about our topic today.
So yeah, we're kind of doing an impromptu thing. Kevin Conroy was the voice of Batman from the Batman the Animated Series, which started in 1992, I believe, if I have that right.
Man, we are old.
Yeah. Well, we'll discuss that.
Well, he did say 30 years. So
he's
been doing it for 30 years. So yeah,
he's been doing it for over 30 years. So
yeah.
But in my mind, to me, he is the definitive voice of the Batman.
Mm-hmm.
When I read a Batman comic, I hear Kevin's voice in my head.
Mm-hmm.
That is how significant, Kevin Conroy was to that character. He was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
We lost a major talent with him.
Yeah. Yeah. So everybody, we're going to be talking about that. Some of our favorite aspects of Kevin Conroy's work as Batman. And just we'll be comparing other Batman and having discussions all about that. With that, I'm pretty pumped about that conversation. Kevin Conroy has been, if you have not seen that on our Facebook, did a great little cameo from me to Mike kind of a thing a couple of years ago. And so if you haven't seen it, please do that. You'll see what kind of a neat, genuine man he is.
Oh yeah.
And how he loves the fans. Yeah. So, yeah. So, but before we get into that, Mike, I have to I have to interject. All of a sudden, I have to say that very excited for us here at Two Geeks. We now have some sponsorship action going on.
We have a sponsor.
Sponsorship.
Oh, exciting.
I know. So, hey, I want to take a minute, everybody, just to talk about Audible. Yes, Audible. Yes, we have drank the Kool-Aid. Actually, I've drank Kool-Aid on Audible a long time ago. I love me some Audible. What we're doing with Audible is we're doing all part of that. If you're a new member, if you've never done Audible before, for new members, you get a free 30-day trial with Two Geeks. And let me give the where that location is. If you want to go check out the website, it's www.audibletrial.com/2geeks. So you get a free 30-day trial. That's www.audibletrial.com/2geeks, TWOGEEKS. I actually spelled it out.
Yeah, we have to emphasize that we spelled that one out because normally we use the number 2.
Right. So some folks have probably heard that I've talked about Audible before on the show as a non-sponsored kind of a thing where I share, what I'm listening to or something like that. I have personally, I've got like over 140 books on Audible right now. I have been with Audible for several years and have seen the progression of what they've done. So with Audible, you get all these really cool Audible audio books. It is a monthly subscription of $14.95 a month. You get 1 credit per month. They have different tiers, but that's the one that I do. And what's nice about that is you can choose from all kinds of like new releases of audiobooks that are coming out. You get all kinds of different genres, from bestsellers to celebrity memoirs to mysteries, thrillers. I do a lot of sci-fi, science fiction and fantasy, along with business development audiobooks, a lot of stuff about communication. And there's all kinds of other stuff. But also what else is on Audible is that they've introduced in the last couple of years was Audible Plus. And Audible Plus is where just as long as you're a member, there's all these other books that are included free as part of your membership, which is just awesome, indeed awesome. So here's what you get. And I'm going to share the screen. If you're listening to the podcast, I'm going to read it out. But I want to share with you what it looks like when you go to audibletrial.com/2geeks. This is the page that you go to. And it's Audible. It'll say stay connected, informed, and inspired. And you can try Audible Premium Plus for free. So after 30 days, you get charged $14.95 a month. You get a credit, and you can use your credit at any time. But you get 1 credit. So, or if you're a Prime member, you actually get 2 credits. Good for any premium selection title that you want, and it's yours to keep. Second of all, you get access to the Audible Plus catalog of podcasts, audiobooks, guided wellness, and Audible originals.
And who else? What is one of the podcasts that's on there?
Right here, everybody. Two Geeks and a Microphone. We've been on Audible for a long time. And so if you can actually subscribe to our podcast through Audible, I love it. I think it has the last 102 episodes we've done or something like that. So, also, you'll get a reminder at the end of your 30 days just saying, hey, if you want to continue or not. But that one title is still yours free to keep. And so I'm pretty excited about that. I got to share this with everybody. My favorite audiobook is Ian Desher, who we had on the show. His William Shakespeare, The Jedi Doth Return.
Oh, that would be an excellent. Either that or actually get the first one.
Yeah, you can get the
Just get the first trilogy. Just get the first trilogy.
Ian Desher's William Shakespeare's. Excellent. It is acted out. It's well played. I mean, there's music. It's like listening to the movie in Shakespearean format. It's just fabulous. So anyway, I wanted to share that with everybody. I'm pretty excited about our new partnership with Audible. So to provide Audible trials for those, if you have not tried it, I highly suggest it, because this is not just a partnership of where, oh, yay, we can just do a partnership. I've used Audible for years and I love it. So anyway, well, with that, if you get a chance, if you have any questions, just audibletrial.com/2geeks, or ask us you can email us, show@2geeksmike.com. And our website is 2geeksmike.com, number 2. All right, Mike, with that. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. That just came out of nowhere. I probably got another one coming. Oh, here it is. Excuse me.
Bless you, but you only get 2.
Right. Okay.
That's my rule. That's my rule. I get 2. After that, I assume you're taken over by demons and you're on your own. Anyway,
something like that, right? All right. Well, anyway, Mike, let's do we really have Geekdar today? I do. I think I do. Do I have Geekdar?
You have Geekdar? All right.
So
hold on.
This is a prelude to next week. I have finished Sandman.
Wait.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you don't need that, Private. We're right here. Now, what is it? Now, what is it? I'm having trouble with the radar, sir. What's wrong with it? I've lost the bleeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps. The what? The what? And the what? You know, the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps. That's not all he's lost.
It cracks me up every time.
Every single time. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so I have finished The Sandman.
So have I.
I am very excited about our show for next week. Very excited.
Agreed.
And so I got that done. And then Kelly and I are watching a show. We're behind on it because I didn't get a chance to catch up on the last episode. But on HBO Max, there is a show called The Vow. And it is about the Nexium group. Where in the CW series Superman, the Allison Mack, the one actress and stuff, was a part of it, and there's a whole big news media thing where it was some kind of weird cult thing going on, and so you're giving me a funny look.
No, I'm just trying to remember this.
Yeah,
this is the what is it? Superman and Lois series.
Nope, it was the one before that. It was the one with Tom. I almost said Tom Bergeron, but that's the host from Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, you mean from Smallville?
Smallville, yes.
Brian came in with it. See, Brian being our Tito.
Right on, Brian. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Brian. Yes. So season.
I remember the cult aspect that you're. So is this actually from? Is it like a spinoff of Smallville?
No. All right, let me rephrase that. It is a documentary about the
wait a minute.
And so
about the actual
cult thing and stuff. And so
I'm sorry, I misunderstood what you were talking
about.
No,
so we watched season 1 like a year ago, and it was fabulous. It was very interesting. Well, this season they're doing like a follow-up because now the court case is done. They've gone through the federal court. I mean, the whole injunction, but it's telling everybody's story in the process. So they're filming this documentary while the court case is going on, but it does kind of wrap up with what's happened. It is so fascinating. Different sides of the story. And so we've been watching it. We haven't seen the latest episode. It comes out like the newest episode every Monday night, but absolutely have really enjoyed it. We love documentaries, especially like true crime documentaries and stuff like that. But it has been interesting. The guy who heads it up had a secret club of girls that they were getting branded, and he was banging them all. I mean, it was just ridiculous. Wow. It was ridiculous. But there's a whole nother side of where they had a kind of a self-help kind of framework, how to view the world and that kind of a thing. Gosh. And that was really good. That was helping a lot of people. They did an interview of people who had Tourette's, and it helped them with their Tourette's. I mean,
gosh, wow.
And it just all kinds of stuff, and how people were really, but there's this whole other side to it, and this domineering side, and how it just got how this dude manipulated people, even the lady who was really his right hand person, and how she didn't know anything about this whole sex cult side of it, and that's what Allison Mack was a part of.
Yeah, she was it Chloe?
Yeah, I think that's right.
The one that I always thought actually should have been Lois. Her character really should have been Lois. And she was fabulous on the show. I loved her. I thought she was a great character.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then I had heard about all this way years after Smallville ended.
Mm-hmm.
What the what?
Right.
What's going on over there?
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
So we've been enjoying that. So, and I've been trying to keep up my HBO Max membership just because we do a lot of DC stuff. And I did watch the first half of the first episode of Titans season 4.
Nice. I seen that the first 2 episodes have dropped, and I haven't watched them yet. We'll probably might watch them tonight. Maybe we'll see what happens, and we'll definitely be covering season 4 of Titans for sure.
Titans, yeah.
Maybe not episode by episode, but we'll
do a review once it's all done.
Yeah, we'll do a wrap up of the final. I don't know final. I don't know if that's the final or not, but
right. I do.
I unfortunately do not really have any Geektar. I mean, I did also finish Sandman, so I guess technically that's my Geektar. And I'm really looking forward to next week's episode with Satan Omega. That's going to be a fun episode.
Yeah.
Other than that, my week's been filled with buying a camper. So, and I've had crazy adventures with that. So, which we won't get into on the episode, but
it's all good.
Yeah, so that's my Geektar.
Cool. All right.
So should we move on to the
geeky news? Let's do it.
All right. All right, so today's geeky news. Well, one of our geeky news topics dropped to our main topic.
Right, so, right, and I think I'm excited about that.
I'll forego the very first one. So, the second one though is very interesting.
What if I told you that you can use motion?
Sorry about that. I was using YouTube for our sounder, and I forgot to stop it after. Automatically went into
an ad.
Yes, we don't care what you have to sell. Get off our show. Anyway,
unless you want an Audible trial.
Our sponsor's Audible. Leave us alone. So anyway, so something interesting happened this past week. Jason Momoa apparently posted a video where he was super excited, and he's like, the greatest thing just happened to me, and all this stuff, and he goes, and they won't let me talk about it.
What does that mean?
Well, that's what we're going to get into. So he said that, okay, and then of course speculation started rising everywhere.
Absolutely.
Is he talking about Justice League 2, because I mean, there's a possibility Justice League 2. I'm sure Justice League 2 is going to happen. So is he excited about that? Because we all know he's excited about being the Aquaman character. Did he get a green light for Aquaman 3? But see, I don't think that kind of excitement would apply to those two.
Really?
I don't. I mean, I think he'd be excited, but would that be the greatest news to him? I just don't. I'm not convinced of that. Now, it gets more interesting. So then James Gunn goes on. He's on a new platform similar to Twitter, and he posts a picture of the main man himself, Lobo, and everybody's like, "What does this mean? What does this mean?" And then all of a sudden, people start putting 2 and 2 together. You got Jason Momoa being super excited, and a lot of people had been saying previously that Jason Momoa should have been cast as Lobo because he kind of looks like Lobo. He's big enough to be him. He's got the beard. He's got the hair. He has the look. All you got to do is paint him white, black makeup on his face, and he's Lobo, dude.
Right.
He's just Lobo. Well, come to find out, when he was cast by Kevin Snyder for Justice League as Aquaman, he was called in, and Kevin said, "Hey, we want you." And he goes, "Let me guess. I'm going to play Lobo." Because Lobo is his favorite character from the DC Comics.
Right.
So now, and then he posted a second video just being all excited and again, couldn't say anything.
Right.
I think that Jason Momoa is going to end up being Lobo in the DCU. I think we're going to get two layers.
Right.
Of Jason
Momoa. You're talking about
he's not going to give up being Aquaman either.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. That would be interesting.
Oh, this could be a really cool dynamic for DC. I think it'd be neat.
Mm-hmm.
And
so you're talking about Zack Snyder. You said Kevin Snyder.
Oh, I did.
I mean Zack Snyder. Kevin Feige.
I was so excited. I put
Zack Feige, Kevin Snyder.
I'm making up my own people at this point. Sorry. Yeah, Zack Snyder. Sorry,
Zack Snyder. Okay.
Zack Snyder had brought him in and talked to him about the casting,
and he was hoping to play Lobo.
He was hoping to play Lobo. So I think that would constitute him saying, "This is the greatest thing to happen to me in my life."
Okay.
Being how and he has said at Comic Cons before, people have asked him, if you were able to choose who you got cast as, who would you have picked? And he said he would have picked Lobo. That would have been his choice. He's always enjoyed that character. And, so we might get Lobo in the DCU. And I'm excited. Bring on the main man. And then on top of that, we already had the news that Henry Cavill is back. Superman is returning. Lobo and Superman have faced off in the past too.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
How cool would that be? Have a Lobo Superman fight.
Right.
Yeah. Yes. Bring it on.
After Superman beats up Black Adam.
I mean, you're bringing Henry Cavill back. All the possibilities. Man. Exciting news for DCU.
I remember seeing someone post something about James Gunn posting about Lobo, but I had not heard anything about Jason Momoa.
And Lobo is right up James Gunn's alley. He's a weird character. He's just goofy and weird, and James Gunn loves those type of characters. Just look at the Suicide Squad,
right?
I mean, look at the characters that he put into the Suicide Squad too. Lobo's right there. I mean, you couldn't pick a better character. And to get Jason Momoa to play him, oh my gosh,
man!
I love him as Aquaman. Don't get me wrong. I think he has elevated the Aquaman character, but he'll be an even better Lobo.
Yeah, let me ask you this. Let me ask your opinion on this. Elevating that character, the Aquaman character, one of the questions I have that came up for me this week was seeing different things. We see all kinds of geeky stuff and all that. But Thor, the character of Thor, has Thor been de-elevated in who his role? Like in the last one, he became more goofy than really the mighty Thor.
Right. But now see, Lobo is supposed to be goofy. That's the that's the nature of the character. So I don't think we have to worry about that with Lobo. That's what he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Lobo is kind of well, I can't say a play on Deadpool because Lobo's actually been around longer than Deadpool, but there's a similarity between the two characters. Lobo cannot be killed at all, like Deadpool, same as Deadpool. Lobo is just, he makes all kinds of goofy one-liners, and he's very silly. He really is, but he's a big badass character. He really is. And I think he's a fun character. I like him.
Isn't he like a
he's a galactic
mercenary?
Yeah, he's a
galactic bounty hunter. Yeah.
Rides around on his space motorcycle, and
right.
Can't you just see Jason Momoa doing that? I can.
Yep.
Right in my mind.
Right.
He's the perfect casting. You can't go wrong with that. So
yeah. I agree. That would be exciting. Okay. That would be exciting. I like your thought.
Roger made a comment. I want it etrigan. Yes, I want etrigan too.
Estrogen? Oh no, etrigan. Sorry, that's a previous joke from an older show.
Right. Etrigan was in the Titans. They could have done it better. Or no, Etrigan wasn't in the Titans. I'm sorry. I'd like to see Etrigan.
Constantine, right?
But yeah, we'd have to see him in a Constantine, Dr. Fate. Oh man, that'd be good. I don't know who they get to play him, but man, that'd be awesome. But yes, Lobo, I think, is coming to the DCU, and I am super, super excited about it.
If that's I like your thinking. I like how you process that. I could see that. That's exciting. And
it's just going to be wild. I mean, James Gunn has already said the multiverse is coming. So I can see them, still having Jason Momoa as two different roles, I don't know if we'd ever see Lobo and Aquaman in the same film, which could be interesting in itself. And I sure hope he's getting a heck of a lot of money to do that. If that's the
Wouldn't
case.
That be fun?
Oh yeah.
A lot of work.
Yeah, that is a lot of work. But that would be so freaking cool.
That it would.
Sorry, I was just trying to read something. Okay, moving on. Moving right along to next title or headline in our geeky news is Tom Holland's. It has been confirmed that Tom Holland has signed on for 5 more movies in the MCU.
Wow. Okay.
So my thinking is we're probably getting another Spider-Man trilogy, and then probably 2 more Avengers films with Tom Holland.
Secret Wars.
Yes, Secret Wars. So let's talk a little Secret Wars, shall we?
Shall we?
The original Secret Wars in the comic books is where the symbiote, as we know him today, Venom, was introduced in the comic books.
Mm-hmm.
We also
Secret Wars number 8.
Yep, Secret Wars number 8, which was also featured in
Brian, awesome. It popped up on our screen just as soon as we said it.
That was also featured in the latest episode of Sheldon. Sheldon was looking for Secret Wars number 8 because he wanted to trade it for a Suicide Squad issue, and I was like, what? I'd rather keep Secret Wars 8. Right. Anyway, I think it's probably more valuable. Anyhow, I thought that was funny that came up, though. The Venom suit was introduced in Secret Wars number 8. We also got a hint of the Venom suit. We got a piece of the Venom suit falling off of Venom at the end of the last Venom suit, alluding that we could get the Spider-Man black suit in the MCU. I'm excited, and I think if you're going to introduce the Venom, the symbiote Spidey suit, it has to be in Secret Wars. I think fans will go insane if you do not. If you introduce
Secret Wars,
right, and
that would be
right,
yeah. And so with Tom Holland, that introduction would be interesting. Yes,
that would be a tragedy not to do that. So that's my speculation. That Secret Wars is where we will get the Spidey Venom suit. Not really sure where they're going with the Spider-Man trilogy as far as per se.
I don't know.
Maybe that leads into the Spider-Man trilogy, and that's where we get Spider-Man versus Venom. which would be freaking amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. I'll be open with you. I did not like how the other trilogy ended. Just nobody knew him. You know, it was kind of that whole Shakespearean tragedy kind of a thing. Saves the world, but yet he, you know.
I think it kind of has this sad sort of ending to it, but at the same time, it kind of reboots him. You know, it allows him to just do something completely different. So I'm excited to see where they go with it. I've enjoyed each of the new Spider-Man films. I think they've been great. They've done a really good job. So I'm excited to see what the future holds. Who knows? Maybe he'll convince MJ and Ned that, you know, they know him and we get him back. I don't know. I have no clue where they're going with that. So
I saw something. They were talking about how the spell affected people and how like everyone's memories with Peter seems to be replaced with Spider-Man, so that maybe you still might get that interaction with MJ and Ned because they remember being with Spider-Man. Because if you take the let me be a disembodied voice.
I didn't
know, Mom.
She's referencing a chat that came in. Brenda saying she needs to come in.
Now lost my train of thought. When Happy and Peter are at the
grave site.
Yeah. Happy is like, oh, well, how did you know her? And Peter goes through Spider-Man and he goes, oh, me too. So there's a theory that like Ned could still be the chair guy. He knows that he's been the chair guy for Spider-Man, and that like MJ's love for Peter will be moved to like she'll
So Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Huh.
Gotcha.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't know. It's a possibility. Like I said, I have no clue where they're heading with this. So I'm excited to see the future for Spider-Man. I actually would also like to see Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland do something again, too. And I think there's possibilities open for that, too. Just because of the excitement of having all three different Spider-Mans, and you've got a multiverse there. It's possible to do it. Why not? I think that would be cool. And then there is the possibility of getting a Miles Morales live action film too.
That would be cool.
Oh my gosh. I think that'd be. Now I have to say, full disclosure, this comes from Emergency Awesome's video. I was watching his video, and that's where I got the news about Tom Holland. But he makes the comment that he would like to see, and I love this idea. This is a fantastic idea. He would love to see, like, out of the next Spider-Man animated, Miles Morales, like him going through the vortex or whatever it is, and then all of a sudden, boom, live action.
That would be cool. Mm-hmm.
Into a live action film. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
No.
Agreed.
Oh, I would so love that. So that's a fantastic idea. Hey, Disney, Marvel, if you're listening, go back and watch Emergency Awesome's video. And steal that idea. Because it's great. It's a great idea.
It could work that way.
And then throw him a few shekels for the idea.
Yeah.
I mean, the second film is Across the Spider-Verse.
Right, exactly. So why not?
And it hasn't yet.
And then how cool would it be eventually to get a live action Miles Morales and a Tom Holland Spider-Man together? Oh man,
that would be neat. That would be fun.
Possibilities we have here. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I like the buildup of the Spider-Verse.
Okay. Right. Well, one last thing real quick. The trailer for John Wick 4 dropped this week.
Wow. I still got to watch 1 through 3.
I'm excited about just the lore that they have created with this, about this, Assassin's Guild I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. They get Donnie Yen. I really enjoy Donnie Yen, the actor, and seeing the two of them square off.
Oh, Donnie Yen's going to be in it?
Yes. Oh, you've got to watch the trailer. We should do, you know what? After this, we should just do a real quick, a trailer reaction.
Right. I'm up for that because I love Donnie Yen in Rogue One. He was fantastic. I mean, I almost want a some kind of spinoff with Chirrut and oh gosh, I can't think of their names. The two of them in Rogue One. I'd love to see spinoff.
Right,
just them two.
Right,
they were so good in Rogue One.
Brian, you're quick. I am one with John Wick. John Wick is with me.
That was good. I like
that. See, everybody, this is the kind of good stuff you get when you listen to the Three Geeky Dads podcast.
But listen to ours first, and then go listen to theirs.
Right.
Don't forego ours. No, we love their show. Their show is great. All right, so John Wick 4 is coming. Cool.
It is. He's in it. It looks great. The trailer looks really good. It really does. So, all right. Well, okay. Time for I got to be careful how I say this, right? The main event.
All right. Hold on. I got something to play for this.
Ooh, cool. Okay. Here we go.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.
And
I want you to remember, Clark. In all the years to come, in all your private moments, I want you to remember my hand at your throat. I want you to remember the one man who beat you.
That's great.
The one, the only, the best Batman voice in history.
Yeah.
Kevin Conroy himself. And that actually comes from the video that you got from me, Stephen.
Yeah.
From that specifically so we could use him on the show.
Yes.
Kevin Conroy was amazing. He was so good, and I was pretty devastated to hear about his death. He passed away unexpectedly. Apparently he did have cancer, which I don't think a lot of people realize that. I had no idea of it. But he was battling cancer, and he unfortunately passed away to it. Kevin Conroy was born November 30th, 1955, and he was 66 years old when he passed away. Something that I just learned recently about Kevin Conroy that I did not know, he was roommates with none other than Kelsey Grammer of Night Court, not Night Court, of Cheers, and
Frasier.
Marvel, Frasier, and he played the Beast in Marvel in the X-Men.
Right.
Yep. Actually, I liked his version of the Beast. It was pretty good.
I did too.
And the late great Robin Williams.
Whoa!
Can you imagine that apartment? Kevin Conroy had said there were times where you would hear Robin Williams off in his room by himself talking to himself. I mean, just doing other voices and stuff like that. That alone would just have been mind-blowing. You know?
Right?
Because Robin Williams was nuts, man. He was nuts.
Right.
And
oh my goodness.
And I look at all three of those actors as, so much there's so much difference between all three of those actors. You know what I mean? Kelsey Grammer was a pretty good comedian in his own right, or he still is, I should say. Like he's gone too. He's not gone. I loved him on Cheers. He was fantastic on Cheers. I wasn't a big fan of Frasier though. I didn't care for his spinoff show as much, but Cheers I loved him on. He was so good. And then I thought he made a great Beast in X-Men. And then you compare him to just the insane wackiness of Robin Williams. I mean,
right.
Robin Williams has played so many different characters. By the way, did you know Robin Williams was originally picked to play the Riddler in Batman Forever? He was supposed to be the Riddler instead of Jim Carrey.
Really?
Yeah, that could have been an interesting version of Batman Forever. But then I look at Kevin Conroy as more of a refined actor. He was he did theater. He was enveloped in the theater and stuff. So to me, he was more refined than the two of them. So I just can't imagine the personalities in that apartment together. Talk about the odd triplets,
right? Right.
That's amazing.
Oh man. So here's do you think Kevin Conroy was the best Batman?
Okay. This is so hard for me. Because if you've been listening to our show for long enough, you know that I identify with my Batman as Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton is, as far as I'm concerned, live action, the best Batman.
Okay.
However, Kevin Conroy is the voice I hear in my head when I read Batman.
Agreed. Same here.
So technically, I think the title has to go to Kevin Conroy. I really do. He was such an amazing Batman. And I have always said that I would love to see a recut of the Dark Knight trilogy with Kevin Conroy voicing
Conroy's voice.
Both Bruce Wayne and Batman. I think that would make the Dark Knight trilogy much more better.
Much more better. Cheers, everybody. I got my rock star. Cheers.
And I'm a big fan of that trilogy too, but let's face it, Christian Bale's Batman voice sucked.
Hockey pants. Oh gosh, that's funny.
So, and I've always wanted to hear Kevin Conroy voice. I mean, he can just do the Batman parts, and I guess Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne is fine, but at least redub all of them. And I know they could do it. They could do it. Just redub everything in Kevin's voice, and
yeah, they got James Earl Jones now, rights to his voice, right?
Right. Well, Disney does. So yeah, hopefully Warner Brothers did the same thing with Kevin Conroy. Heck, right. Warner Brothers should just make Kevin Conroy the voice of everything they do. As far as I'm concerned, he is the James Earl Jones of Warner
Batman.
Brothers. Yeah. Of Warner Brothers.
Yeah. So a couple of weeks ago, I shared that I had gotten Gotham Knights and all.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And so I'm not very far in it because it just takes time to play but
is he the voice in that?
No, he is not, because
I know he did Arkham. He did
the Arkham series. Yeah. And so what was funny was, as I was playing the game, there's just like this training mode you can go into, and there's Batman giving you tips. And I'm like, that's not my Batman. Hashtag not my Batman. And it threw me off. But he does in the Arkham series. So the Rocksteady Arkham series, he does do the voice of Batman, and it's fabulous. It's fabulous. And also Mark Hamill comes back to do the voice of the Joker in those two as well. In those the Arkham series.
Oh, nice. And yeah, let's face it, Mark Hamill is the freaking Joker.
Right.
He oh my gosh, he is so good. Do you know who was originally cast to be the Joker's voice in the animated series?
No.
Tim Curry.
Really?
Yes. Tim Curry was supposed to be the voice of the Joker. Tim Curry actually got sick and could not do the first recordings, and Mark Hamill had tried out, and Mark even states he had no clue he was even up for the Joker. He just thought he was up for a minor character, had no idea. And then they called him up and said, "Hey, we want you to be the Joker." But Tim Curry originally was supposed to be the Joker's voice. Could you imagine Tim Curry? I mean, I love Tim Curry, and I think
he plays great villains.
Yeah, he does.
He plays great villains. Yeah.
But now that we have Mark Hamill, I don't know if I could hear Tim Curry.
I couldn't. Not now. I mean, I'm sure he would have done great because he's a great actor.
Sure.
You're right, Megan. He plays great villains. I loved him as the villain in the Three Musketeers, the Disney Three Musketeers with Kiefer Sutherland, Charlie Sheen.
Oh yeah.
Rebecca De Mornay. I mean, he was fabulous.
Yeah,
fabulous villain.
I think his signature villain is Pennywise, though. Of it.
If you see Frankenfurter as a villain.
Well, okay, Rocky Horror Picture Show, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he's a villain in that.
So
I don't know. It depends on how you look at it.
Depends on how you look at it.
Yeah, I do want to list all the episode or all the animated series that Kevin Conroy's done. So he did the Arkham series. He did Arkham Knight. He did those are the games. He did those, but obviously the creme de la creme, the Batman the animated series. That was the beginning. Love that show. He was fabulous in it. These are going to be out of order because I'm looking at just the Google thing, just the Google listing of TVs and movies. But Batman the Killing Joke.
Yes, and other than that weird opening of The Killing Joke, that movie is actually fantastic. Just other than the strange Batgirl Batman
hook up. Oh gosh, yeah, that was ridiculous. Yeah,
gosh, I hated that. But other than that, it was almost identical to the book. So,
yeah. The new Batman Adventures, which I don't know about that one. I don't know if that is a
I think that was
continuation off Batman Beyond, maybe.
That's no. I think that was right off of the Batman animated series, because that's when they started bringing everybody in. They started bringing in Robin and Batgirl.
Okay,
right. It was. I think you got 3 seasons of the Batman, the Batman animated, and then it went off into the new Adventures of Batman or whatever.
Okay, all right. And then they did Batman Beyond, which he played the old Bruce Wayne, which was so good.
Okay, can I talk about the best Batman Beyond episode?
Yeah.
The best Batman Beyond episode is the one where you have Kevin Conroy come in as Batman, actually, and fighting our young, Batman Beyond,
Terry McGinnis.
The Terry McGinnis Batman, and they're fighting, and it was all kind of in Bruce Wayne's head, sorta, and all this stuff. And at the end of the episode, it's like one of my all-time favorite Batman lines. Terry McGinnis says to him something about how he's no longer the Batman and everything. And Bruce goes, "Oh yeah, tell my subconscious that."
I remember that.
Oh, it was so good. I mean, it sends chills down your spine. It's like, yep, you know what, Terry, you are an awesome Batman, but guess what? He's still the Batman.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's just his body will not allow him to be the Batman anymore, but he's always the Batman.
Let's see other movies. Batman: Mask of Phantasm.
Yes, I just rewatched that last night or yesterday, as a matter of fact.
Oh, really? Great movie. Some people say that's one of the best villains.
Which is funny because that movie didn't do well in the theaters. I remember Brendan and I actually went and seen that in theaters when
I did. I was the only one in the theater.
I think
and
I was
my birthday.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think we talked about that. That's right. Yeah. Brendan and I went and seen it in the theaters, and it was dead. And I'm like, where is everybody? Because the animated series was a hit, but the problem is Warner Brothers did not promote that movie.
They didn't promote it.
They did a horrible job back then, and it could have been such a big thing, you know. I just, and then that kind of hurt their animated film genre process after that, because pretty much everything went straight to video after that.
Right.
So, in fact, I would say the Mr. Freeze movie, Sub-Zero. Honestly, if you watch Sub-Zero, that is a fantastic movie. Oh,
that is one of my favorite.
Oh gosh, it's so good. It is a complete telling of Mr. Freeze and how he becomes Mr. Freeze, and it has become the definitive origin of Mr. Freeze. And I think I almost think it's a superior movie to Mask of Phantasm, actually.
Really?
Yeah. I really do.
I do not think I've seen Sub-Zero.
Oh my gosh, we gotta watch Sub-Zero. We gotta. You know what? I think we should watch Mask of Phantasm, and I got our first versus idea. Mask of Phantasm versus Sub-Zero. That I think that's gonna be our first episode. Stealing an idea from the Three Geeky Dads.
Okay.
Brian, I told you I was going to do this. I just wasn't sure what we were going to use yet. I think I just found it out.
Well, let me walk through some of these other ones so I can get through them real quick and we can talk about each one. But Kevin Conroy did the voice in the Batman Beyond movie, The Return of the Joker.
Yes.
Return is also a fantastic movie.
My gosh, that's a good movie.
It's a good story.
So
I wasn't too sure about it at the beginning, but then as it progressed, I'm like, ooh.
Oh, I love it.
Interesting concept.
Yeah.
So it was really good.
Well, the whole Batman Beyond is an interesting concept.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah.
And Beyond.
Yeah. The Batman Superman movie, World's Finest.
That was a good one too.
Yeah, Batman Assault on Arkham. I have not seen that one. 2014.
I'm trying to remember if I've seen that one or not. I can't. Do you got the synopsis?
I can get it for you. It says Batman, Kevin Conroy, must prevent the Joker, Troy Baker, from destroying Gotham City while battling a new batch of villains called the Suicide Squad.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it. Definitely. Gotta get my underwear from Kmart. Wapner's on. Definitely.
Excellent. We're dating ourselves.
Sorry.
He was Batman in the Superman the Animated Series that went for 4 years.
Yes.
Superman, Batman, Public Enemies, Batman and Harley Quinn.
Superman was who voiced Superman?
Give me a sec.
Gosh. Yes, please, Tito, help us. Go on while she looks that up.
Is that Tim Daly?
Tim Daly, yes, thank you. Tim Daly. And they were a great duo, too. They really were. They worked really well together.
Did they?
Superman, yes.
That's good. Wow. Batman and Harley Quinn 2017. The Justice League show from 2001, 2004. Superman, Batman, Apocalypse.
That's a great one.
Oh man, we could watch these for days. Batman, Gotham Knight.
Yep, I have that one. Mm-hmm.
Justice League, Doom.
Doom is great.
Batman and Mr. Freeze, the Sub-Zero story.
Excellent.
Batman, Mystery of the Batwoman.
Actually, that one's pretty good too. That's a different kind of movie, but it's interesting. It's really interesting.
Justice League, The Flashpoint Paradox.
Of course, that's a good one.
Justice League Unlimited. The most recent DC League of Super Pets. I have not seen it.
He's in that? I didn't realize that.
I bet you he's Batman.
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
With his bat dog or whatever, so it should be interesting. Batman versus Robin.
Yeah, Batman versus Robin. Yeah.
Justice League versus the Fatal Five. Justice League Action 2016 to 2018. The new Batman Superman Adventures from 1997 to 2000. Batman the Brave and the Bold. Then we said Batman Arkham Asylum.
Now wait a minute. Now Batman Brave and the Bold, he did not voice the Batman, because the Batman was voiced by the guy that plays Jethro. Gosh, why can't I think of his name? Hold on. Shoot.
Dietrich Bader.
Yes. I don't remember exactly. I think Kevin Conroy voiced the Gray Ghost in that.
Let me see. I'm looking. Give me a second. Phantom Strange.
Okay, Phantom Strange. Okay. Gray Ghost, Phantom Strange, almost the same thing.
Mark Hamill was Spectre.
Yes.
James Arnold Taylor was Green Arrow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Connor Hawk.
I love the Batman Brave and the Bold series. It is like one of the goofiest, campiest Batman series ever, next to the 60s, but it was so much fun. It was a blast. But yeah, Kevin Conroy did not voice the Batman in that one.
Okay.
I just wanted to iterate that.
Okay, good clarification. Thank you. Teen Titans Go. He's down since 2013. Justice League Starcrossed the movie. Static Shock 2000 to 2004. He was in that. I don't know if he was Batman or not.
Yeah, it was Batman crossing over.
Nice.
Okay. Batman Strange Days 2014.
Strange Day. I don't remember that one.
Then there was Justice League Secret Origins. So there was the Masters of the Universe animated, and Mark Hamill was Skeletor. Kevin Conroy was Mirror Man.
Wow. Nice. I didn't know. I had no clue of that. That's done by Kevin Smith, though. And Kevin Smith has become buddies with both Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill. So, yeah, I could see him getting them. That makes sense.
Oh, my goodness. The cast for Masters of the Universe Revelation, Kevin Smith. Chris Wood was He-Man. Lena Headey was Evil Lynn. Or Heidi, I always mispronounce her name. She was Sarah Connor Chronicles. She was in the big bad villain in the Game of Thrones. She did a great job. Tiffany Smith, Mark Hamill, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Harley Quinn Smith, Alan Oppenheimer, Griffin Newman, Kevin Conroy, Alicia Silverstone, Dietrich Bader was in it. Justin Long, Tony Todd, Danny Trejo, Liam Cunningham, Jason Mewes, Method Man, Henry Rollins.
Of course, Jason Mewes is going to be in it.
Right?
Yeah.
He was Stinkor.
Why does that not surprise me?
Right. What an incredible cast. So back to Kevin Conroy. All the stuff Kevin Conroy's been in, I mean, it's just I'm sure his IMDb page is huge.
It is. I'm looking at it right now.
Wasn't he in Injustice 2, the game Injustice 2, he did the voice.
Yes.
What show was he in that he played Batman live action? The first time he ever played live action, was that Tomorrow?
That was in the Legends, it was in the big their version
crossover.
Their version of
Crisis.
Crisis, yeah. Yep. And he played. I wish they could have gave him a better role as Batman than that one. It was not my favorite role of him. I mean,
okay,
I was excited he was in it, because it's Kevin Conroy. Come on.
Yeah.
And I think all of us who have been fans of him in the animated series have always wanted to see him play a live action version of Batman.
Mm-hmm.
But we also wanted to actually see him in the suit, and we didn't get that at all, and I don't know. He was a very dystopian Batman that
right. Okay.
It was just
Well, I agree with you going back that he is, when I read or I'm playing a game or something, he's the voice that I expect.
Yes, me too.
He is the voice that's in my head when I read, just like you. And I think one of the things, I mean, I always enjoyed Kevin Conroy, but when he did that video for you for Cameo, I just really grew to be like, man, that was so nice, so genuine. And, we talked about, he probably has a script thing kind of he does and he tailors it, but I still thought it was just fabulous and all. Well, we pronounced our names right.
Sure. We watched a little bit of another cameo he did for somebody else, and the opening that he used was very similar to the one he used for mine, but you could tell mine was very tailored by what you had requested and stuff. And I mean, he mentions both of us by name. He mentions my wife by name. I felt he put a lot of heart into that video, honestly, not knowing who in the world we are.
Yeah.
And it meant a lot to me. It really did.
Yeah. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm glad that we're taking time out just to remember him, his work. I know there's a whole lot more to the individual. I know he was on a TV show before he did Batman called Tour of Duty. Somebody posted something, and I was like, dude, that's Kevin Conroy in fatigues. I mean, cool.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't know that, and I kind of want to go back and find that just because, well, it's Kevin Conroy. Why not?
Yeah.
I honestly didn't know he'd done any television before the Batman animated series, so that was a big surprise to me. And I kind of want to see that just to see his performance. I'm sure it's amazing.
There's quite a few things before Batman.
Yeah, he was like 30 something when he started Batman.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, 30 years. Okay, right. Yeah.
30 years, and he was 66 when he passed away, so that makes sense.
His first acting credit on IMDb is a TV movie called How to Pick Up Girls in 1978.
Wow. Holy cow, 1978. Okay. I'd never heard of that.
Wow.
That's funny.
Wow. Well, anyway, everybody, I just, you've got those people who you meet, you've got those individuals who, you just kind of connect with. As being a Batman fan, his voice became synonymous for me for Batman. And,
well, and he's credited as the first actor to really separate the two voices, to really give Bruce Wayne a unique voice, and then Batman a unique voice separate from Bruce Wayne. And then, the movies tried to replicate that, and I don't think they were ever as successful as what he's done. Because we mentioned Christian Bale and his voice, and yeah, it's pretty cringy when he does Batman. Anyway, Kevin Conroy was a master at the character. He really was.
Yeah, he's a great voice actor. It's just interesting where your world takes you. I mean, 37, he did Batman, and then that became his iconic connection for 30 years.
Yeah. And he loved doing it. He absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
He loved meeting fans. He loved going to Comic Cons and stuff like that, conventions and everything.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I had heard was, since he came from the theater world, he was used to instant gratification. You do a theater performance, you've got a live audience in front of you, and you immediately get a reaction and know exactly how the audience reacts to your performance and such.
Mm-hmm. You feed off that energy.
Yeah, you feed off that energy. And obviously that's a different world from going to recording and not having a live audience. So he loved going to Comic Cons and doing panels and being in front of people, and just getting to meet the fans and everything like that. So he's kind of like an incredible man, and I would love to have met him. That would have been awesome.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that time we met when I was there in St. Louis for the Comic-Con and
Manu Bennett.
We got to meet him. Yeah, because we love Deathstroke, right? That was the point. So
yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. As we're kind of wrapping up here a little bit, what is your favorite moment of Kevin Conroy as Batman? It's a hard one.
Oh my gosh, it's hard. He's been doing the role for so long.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the whole, I am vengeance, I am the night, I am Batman. Of course,
you're right.
I mean, that's kind of iconic, and everybody loves that. But I got to say that moment in Batman Beyond when he tells Terry McGinnis, "Yeah, well, you tell me just that." I mean, that there just really defined him, and said, "Hey, you may be the new Batman, but I will always be Batman." So there you go.
Right.
There you go.
I think that's a great way to end that. Yeah. I think Kevin Conroy for me will always be the voice of the Batman.
Agreed.
Always.
All right.
I know. All right, everybody. Well, hey, thanks for hanging out with us as we made some changes on the fly.
Well, things happen,
life happens, and it's all good. But I think this was good to remember, Kevin Conroy for the work that he's done, and that we really enjoyed him, and that he will be missed.
Absolutely. And we will definitely get Black Panther 2 review, not Black Panther 2 review. Wakanda Forever. I got to quit saying Black Panther 2 because it's Wakanda Forever. Let's say the right title.
Okay.
We will get Wakanda 2 now.
You said it now. That's all right.
Combining the two of them. Wakanda Forever rescheduled, and let you guys all know when we're going to do that. And we will have Theron back on for that. Theron is super excited to join us next. He got some new equipment, and he's excited about using it.
Right.
And I'm excited about seeing how his equipment works and such. So
we'll figure out when we'll do that. I quickly pushed it back a week, but we also have Sage Page next week. So we'll get everything ironed out, and you should see it on your Facebook, especially your YouTube channel, that it'll say when things are coming, scheduled, and all that kind of thing. So, all right. Well, hey everybody, if you want to check out all things Two Geeks, it's twogeeksmic.com, the number 2 GEEKSMIC.com. That's our hub for everything. Also, don't forget to check out our Ko-fi page, kind of like Patreon, but it helps support us and pay for all the tools that it takes to do a podcast. ko-fi.com/2geeks, number 2 geeks. And then, also at show@twogeeksmic.com. You can get a hold of us. Hey, I don't have a banner for that. Let me make one real quick, everybody. Show@twogeeksmic.com. That is our That's if you want to connect with us, that's where it's at. You can shoot us an email that way, or through our Facebook page as well. And also another shameless plug. Don't forget our new sponsor, Audible Trial, www.audibletrial.com/2geeks, TWOGEEKS. I probably could change that to a number 2 if we need to.
I don't know. It kind of makes it unique. That's fine. Yeah.
Right. All right, Mike, anything else you want to share to close us out for the show today?
Just thank you to Audible for being a sponsor of us. We really appreciate it. And remember, you can even listen to us on Audible. We are over there.
Yeah.
Other than that, thank you to the voice work of the great Kevin Conroy. We really appreciate you.
Yes.
And with that said, over and out, and we will let Mr. Conroy close this out for us.
Excellent.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.
Thank you for joining us today on the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast. Tune in next week when we will have more news and reviews. Until then,